And the reason Maharashtrian Brahmana, he didn't allow himself to consider leaving the place he was. Either I have to change this atmosphere into a Krishna conscious one favorable to Mahaprabhu, or I have to die, because there's no leaving. And Kurma Brahmana famously was told, stay where you are, rather than joining the Hare Krishnas, getting in the Radha Damodar bus and driving off to the next city. So again, going back to the early conceptions of the idealized expression of the movement, where everybody was hopping around and saving the world by going to a new city every other day. Today, we're in a time where leaders especially, but also congregants with their families and their children and their jobs, they have to learn to start thinking about, what will I do for the next 40 years in this one place? Because we're not leaving 4 hours from now or 4 days from now. So our strategies, our preaching, I'm going to see these people for the next 40 years. So how would I present Krishna consciousness then? How would I want them to relate to me in the beginning? And is there an end game in mind? And I noticed that most people haven't allowed that long-term thinking to come into the way that they relate to the communities that they're in. It's still very much all or nothing presentation. And I think it comes from not recognizing that you're going to be in the same place for the next few decades. The initial push of having the preaching center in the college area was to reach out to new people and create an environment that was welcoming for them. But very quickly, I got overwhelmed and flooded by young people who were already established in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, were convinced of Prabhupada and Krishna in general terms, but didn't feel like they had a place in the movement, didn't feel like they had the kind of atmosphere to grow beyond just their initial acceptance. And so that's really been the last 5 or 6 years of my focus, much less on outreach and much more on creating an environment where people who have already been attracted to the process can remain not only stable, but also progressive. Here at the Harmony Collective, everything we've been able to do that's actually successful, we just boil it down into chant and be honest. That's what we found to be the culture shift that is needed. Instead of trying to pretend to be something that we're not, just be okay with where we are, let everybody else do the same. And then naturally the next step that can actually be taken will become clear and obvious for everyone, and there'll be a natural consensus to take it.